Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Make sure the stream's coming through all right, and then we'll get started. You can always feel free to interact in the chat. All right, looking good on YouTube. Let's see about Facebook. All right, looks like we are live in both places, so we'll get started here at the top of the hour. Good day for me. Got to take my boys over to the Grizzlies Warriors basketball game this afternoon, so good times all around. Tight game. Fortunately, the local Grizzlies did not pull it out at the end, but hey, they had a shot. But really great environment. My took two of my oldest boys. It was their first NBA game, so broke them in right. Got a good experience, and it's good stuff. Appreciate also your flexibility. Having to move the break from last night. Just had some technical issues that I couldn't get resolved in time, but we're up and rolling today. So appreciate all of you for rescheduling with me. Um, so yeah, glad to see you in the chat, Michael. Do feel free to interact in that chat. I know that the changing schedules on people um, probably means we're going to have a little bit lower viewership tonight. So think we're up to nine viewers now, so we'll get a few more on here as we go. But we got fun breaks up tonight. We've got our 86 Fleer complete set group break. We had, it was like over 125 participants, I think, somewhere in there. Um, started out with that initial limit of one spot per person during that pre-sale window, and then opened it up to two spots. So several of you took advantage of that. On Friday to close out the break. So appreciate everybody who's bought in. It's the nicest 86 Fleer set we've done. Um, this is the ninth one, I believe. So this is the nicest one. The only real sticking points that the Jordan's actually got a crack in the Beckett case, but as I mentioned in the listing, provide the fee to have that reholdered, and just didn't want to have the take the time to do that before the break, so wanted to make sure we had that in hand. So um, whoever wins the Jordan, if you need help, if you've never dealt with grading companies before, I can help you with that. Um, and then we'll follow that up with a, little mini mixer baseball break. So that was a limit of one spot per person. I didn't really broadcast that widely because it only had 21 spots in it. So I sent out, included the link in the email to those of you who bought into the 86 Fleer break, and then I did post it on social media yesterday morning since it hadn't quite sold out yet. So two fun breaks and get to look at some cool cards. Up to 19, so we'll get rolling here. So if you've never broken with us before, I know we got a lot of new people. The way I do my set breaks, so Rachel Houston is Jared, so he's trolling me in the chat here. Um, the way we do our breaks, we every spot gets a card. So for the 86 Fleer, we sold 142 spots, gave one away. So 143 cards total because we do have stickers. You can see the sticker list here serves as cards 133 through 143 in the break. Um, so however many spots you bought, that's how many cards you'll get. So we'll take this list, pop it into the list randomizer. We'll decide how many times we'll randomize that list here in a minute. And then after it's nice and shuffled up, we'll paste it next to this checklist. And so whoever's name comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1 gets Kareem. The checklist is set. We won't shuffle it at all. Now we also won't read through all 143 names. This one I will scroll slow enough that you can read them, because that's not unbearable. And then I'll read and show the biggest hits from the break. All right. So without any further ado, let's get some numbers in the chat. Between or including 6 and 8. The third number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize our list of names. And so while I'm waiting on those names to those numbers to roll in here, again, between or including 6 and 8, third number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize this one. Fourth number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize the mini mixer. Appreciate those numbers rolling in. Also, congrats to the Fab Foster for winning the free spot in this set break. Every break we do that's 100 spots or more, give away a spot. So 3 ways to enter: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So you can enter all 3 places and make sure you get in on those giveaways. I think we had like 260 entrants this time. Um, so good stuff. Appreciate all of you who get in on those giveaways. All right, we got our third number in the chat. If we could get one more, so 7's how many times we'll randomize the 86. And then that next number is how many times we'll randomize the mini mixer. So we'll go ahead and get rolling though with the 86. So good luck, everybody. And thanks, Mike, Chad, and Big Cat Main. Okay, yeah, Jared, you didn't follow the rules, so your fourth number doesn't count. So I said between or including 6 and 8. Thank you, Michael. So 8's how many times we'll randomize that next list. 7 for the 86. We do use random.org for all our list randomization purposes. Listen more, list randomizer. All right, so here we go, 7 times. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, we got Drew on top. We got David on bottom. Make that a little wider, this a little smaller. We don't see too much at once. All right, first hit we'll look at. Whoop, there we go. It's on my second screen there. At least you didn't see the wizard behind the curtain. That would have been terrible. Kareem going to Drew Miller. So the story behind this set's pretty fun. Look at Barkley first. Barkley here's PSA 8. Going to Bailey Charlie. Nice PSA 8 Barkley. So the set overall, with the exception of 3 cards, is, well, that's not entirely true. The majority of this set is from an original collection out of Michigan. So here's Larry Bird, goes to Chris Cambier. Now this is a PSA 9. So this again is out of a original collection out of Michigan. Got every card was raw. Um, so that's where these. So the bird was not in that group. So that's why it's a different label. Guy had a bird but wanted to keep the bird because it was his dad's favorite player. Or sorry, wanted to keep the Barkley because the Barkley was dad's favorite player. But the bird was in there, so it nailed PSA 9. Um, that Elijah one was in that collection. Drexler, good stuff. So the Jordan was not. Uh, Jordan ended up. There was a Jordan in this collection. It was an 8 and is already come and gone. And a few, some of the commons in here weren't part of that collection either. But it was really cool to get a nice high grade original collection. The guy's dad owned a card shop back in the 80s. Couldn't sell 86 Fleer, so at the end of the basketball season, he let his son rip the rest of the 86 Fleer box, put a set away, and forgot about it, which is just a cool story. So Drexler here, PSA 9 as well. The commons in here that aren't from that original set are just they've been sitting at PSA for, you know, 14, 15 months, something like that. And I just got tired of waiting, so I just replaced them. Dumars goes to Jimmy Ori. Of course, as with any original set, you do have those that are off center, like the Dumars here. So nice crisp card, but centering is off. So that's why he didn't get graded. Julius Irving goes to Kyle Bean. Dr. J. Patrick Ewing goes to Jeremy Marquin. Of course, 86 Fleer, if you aren't into all the background, 86 Fleer's got lots of rookies because it's the first major first pack issued basketball set, since 81 Topps. So good number of years there. That's why we get so many Hall of Famers having rookies in the same set. Magic Johnson is up next. Goes to Hayes Venable. Sorry, Hayes, if I mispronounced your last name there. There's the Magic. Here's the big one. Michael Jordan goes to Scott Smith. So back at 8.5 here on the Jordan. A little off center, but corners, edges, surface are all mint. So really gorgeous example. Very nice Jordan rookie to add to your collection there, Scott. Congrats for sure. Karl Malone up next, going to Michael Pierce. And this is another one out of that collection that I got graded myself. PSA 9. Really solid card. Another Malone. Moses goes to John Oberg. Moses there, solid. Kevin McHale, 73, going to Justin Pierce. Fantastic forward. Key part of those Celtics championship teams. Chris Mullin, rookie card, goes to William Jordan. Right, got the Akeem Olajuwon up next. Akeem was so crispy, I really thought it had a shot at a 10, but alas. Pretty stingy with those. The back centering just a touch off, but really gorgeous card. And it is, you know, 40, 48, 52, top to bottom as well. So a little bit off center, but really gorgeous card. Greg, I'm not read your name, so I don't know where you landed if you've already passed or not, because I'm not reading every name on this one. But Akeem is coming up next. 82 goes to Anthony Ohm. So fantastic hit there on the Dream. Look at Isaiah Thomas next. There's our free spot popping up. So the Fab Foster snagging the Ralph Sampson. So again, if you don't get in on those giveaways, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you should definitely do that. Burl Sports in all 3 locations. Here's the Isaiah. Goes to Tevin Norman. Another Hall of Famer, Bill Walton, coming up at 119. Goes to Matthew Heidel. Everybody's favorite 5'7" dunker, Spud Webb, goes to James Ferguson. So Spud, rookie. Giving the short man hope. And Dominique Wilkins, rookie. Goes to Kevin Fiedler. So the Neek, of course, fantastic in his own right with the dunking. A little off center, left to right. Then James Worthy is at 131. Goes to Greg Coutrice. And then checklist goes to Ross Meltzer. Then into the sticker subset. So stickers 1 per pack. Always that last card in the pack. And so a lot of times they'll have that wax on the back all these, that's been cleaned off. I did that myself. Right. Kareem goes to Christina Abel. Larry Bird goes to Daniel Rivera. Dr. J goes to Ray Tinney. Of course, centering on stickers, notoriously tough, and a lot of them got peeled back in the day, so not as not as prolific as a lot of your other cards, even though they're technically were more printed, they're harder to get in high grade. Patrick Ewing goes to Rich Anton. Magic Johnson goes to Jessica Pierce. And the Michael Jordan sticker, card number 8, tongue out. Goes to Dennis Peabody. Walk the kids by the old Peabody Hotel in Memphis this afternoon. Nice hit there for you, Dennis. Got 3 more cards to look at in this one. We got Akeem. The extension goes to Brianne Thieler. Got Isaiah. Goes to Greg Coutrice. And then Dominique. Going to David Hubble. So congrats to those of you who hit it big on the 86 Fleer. If you didn't see your name while I was scrolling, I will get the full list posted as soon as the broadcast is over tonight. I do have a mini mixer to go next. And yeah, so good stuff. Mini mixer is generally low grade. There's 21 cards with Jackie here as the feature. So we decided earlier, gonna random that one. Michael's number here at 8 times. So again, every spot gets a card. So checklist here is the same as the checklist in the listing with one exception because I had a typo. You know, the checklist on the listing said 63 Brooks Robinson. It was actually 61, and I had a 61 in the scan. So it's just a typo. Sorry about that. All right, so we'll random this list 8 times, and we'll look at each one of these because they're all vintage, you know, solid cards. So list them more. A list randomizer. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to get that number 1 in there. Everybody had one spot in this one. All right. Good luck, everybody. So 8 times coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 times. All right. Ernie Banks, 1957, goes to Zach Thiel. And if you're curious, all the exact conditions are also listed in the break listing for this one, which you can find on the home page. And then after next week's breaks go up, it'll move to the break archive section. Brooks Robinson, 58, goes to Joseph Cerullo. Stan the Man goes to Matt Pottle. 1959 card here. 59 Brooks goes to Tony Kuda. Several Brooks Robinson cards in this one, actually. Had a buddy reach out who bought a collection. He doesn't do vintage baseball, and in the collection he bought, there were a bunch of Brooks Robinson. Unfortunately, it wasn't a whole run, so no rookies, no 67, but it was a nice group. Brooks 60 goes to Barry Wildison. Willie Mays 62 goes to Randall Smith. 61 Brooks Robinson goes to James Hop. Not yet on the Minoso. We got 53 Jackie goes to Barton Durham. So really nice registration on this card. Love the image. Obviously miscut to the right, and it's got, two creases. So fairly graded, but still really cool vintage card to add to your collection, Barton. Those Jackies are getting tougher and tougher to find. They're all getting tucked away. Minoso 63 goes to Aaron Duff. 64 Brooks goes to Daniel Brickner. 's clutch home run goes to David Raimondo. Got a 65 Brooks going to Craig. 65 Ron Santo going to Kevin O'Malley. 66 Brooks goes to Matthew Lipsky. And Joe Morgan Rookie Cup, so second year Joe Morgan, first single player card goes to Kelly Engel. Bird Belters, of course, with both your Robinsons for the Orioles in 68, goes to Doug Blevins. Willie Mays goes to Jared Slim. Topps game card, Mickey Mantle goes to Scott Smith. There we go, hitting the camera again. Steve Carlton, 68, goes to Edwin Pastrana. Then Roberto Clemente from 69 goes to Angelo. And Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson's story booklet number 10. It's pretty cool. Going to Matthew Heidel. So that's from 1970. So there you have it. That does it for our break for the night. Appreciate those of you who bought in. Appreciate you tuning in. Get these sorted and shipped out over the next several days. I'm not fully settled on what the next break's going to be. I've got a few options lined up here, but I need to sit down and do a full schedule for May. Still waiting on cards to come back from grading, which is, the story of everybody's life who ventures into such places. But we'll get a good lineup of breaks here for the month of May. So again, appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening. And yeah, maybe the Grizz will take down game 2 on Tuesday against the Warriors. But till then, till next time,